Hi everyone. In this video, I'll show what you can do if your Ubuntu doesn't boot because there's an issue with your kernel or the initial RAM file system. This can happen, for example, if there were some changes to the kernel and it didn't work as expected. So you can restore from a backup, or if you have another kernel available to boot. For example, here I can go into Advanced Options and I can load 70014. But what if you don't have a backup or another kernel available? So the best way to learn would be to break the initial RAM file system and kernel and then fix it. I'm currently dual booting Ubuntu and Windows. So I'm going to go into Ubuntu, open up a terminal, sudo in, put in my password, going to my /boot directory, ls-al. So there's the initial RAM file system. I have 70014 and 70015, and that's the release number. And we see the file name is initrd instead of, for example, initramfs. And that's because Ubuntu decided to preserve the old terminology, which is not uncommon to maintain familiarity or scripting stability, which is fine as when you're talking to people about it, they will generally understand what you're referring. So I'm going to corrupt it, and the initial RAM file system helps provide modules in order to mount the final root file system. So when I corrupt it, it won't be able to properly mount. And I'm going to corrupt it using dd. So I'll corrupt the first 5 megabytes of the file. Byte size equals 1 meg. Count equals 5 for 5 megs in total. And doing a no chunk, so we'll replace the first 5 megabytes. And when I reboot my computer, grub comes up and I select Ubuntu, and I get a kernel panic as I'm not able to mount the root file system. Now going back, and at the bottom we have the kernel VM Linux 70014 and 15, and I'll do the same thing. And if I reboot, grub comes up, select Ubuntu, and we see an invalid magic number, which is expected as the file header at the beginning of the file was corrupted. And also as well as if I were to go into advanced options and the kernel recovery mode, you would also see invalid magic number. Going back, so I also have the 70014 release, so I'll corrupt them as well. And do the initial round file system. Alright, so it's all broken, the 2 releases there. Now to fix it, I'll need to get the Ubuntu installation media and boot from it. Alright, I booted into the installation media. Select try or install Ubuntu. Welcome screen comes up. I'm going to close it. Open up a terminal. Sudo in. You'll first need to know where is your root file system. So I'll list my block devices. ls block-f. And so we see there at the bottom, I have SDA. This is my SSD drive. This is where I have Windows installed. SDB is my USB drive. I've booted the Ubuntu installation media. And NVMe 0 and 1 is my NVMe drive. This is where I have Ubuntu installed. And if you do the default Ubuntu installation, there will be 2 partitions installed. So partition number 3 is my root file system. It's ext4. And partition number 2 is my separate EFI partition for Ubuntu. So those 2 partitions, I'll have to mount them. So I'm going to mount partition 3 first. And I'm going to mount it to the mount directory /mnt. Next, I'm going to mount partition number 2. Next, I'll need to make the system directories /dev, /proc, /sys, and /run available. So I'm going to bind them to the mount directory. /proc, sys, and run. Now I'm going to change my root into the mount directory using chroot. I'm using UEFI, so I'm going to mount the EFI variables so they're available. Now I'm going to check the Linux-image packages that I have installed. Alright, we see there's 70014 and 70015. Going to run app update. Now I'm going to do a reinstall of the Linux image package and also as well as the Linux modules package for 70014 and 15. Alright, it has completed. Now I'm going to exit out of the chroot, exit out of root, and I'm going to reboot and remove the installation media. Alright, grub starts up. Going to go into Ubuntu. Alright, it's booted into Ubuntu as expected, and now I'm going to test 70014. Advanced options, 70014. Alright, and it's booted up as expected. So that's it. That's what you can do if your Ubuntu doesn't boot because there's an issue with your kernel or the initial RAM file system. I hope this video has been useful and I thank you for watching. Bye now.